Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Scallywag Nation. I'm Michael Turner. Today I'm going to be returning with you guys, and I'm going to be doing a movie review. Today the movie review is going to be on Alita Battle Angel, a movie that I saw officially yesterday. I did a review last night on it, but I just wanted to get a little bit of rest because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning whenever I started doing the review. So here I am the next morning with fresh eyes, fresh minds, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and knock this movie review out. So just to let you guys know, this is a spoiler-heavy movie review. So just know beforehand, going into this episode, after my intro, I will be giving a spoiler-heavy movie review. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and yeah, love you guys. See you guys in a minute. Alright, so to begin the episode, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that the movie was directed by one Robert Rodriguez, who's known for movies in the likes of Desperado, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, let's see, not Death Proof, that was Quentin Tarantino, but he collaborated with Quentin Tarantino in the Grindhouse series, which was Death Proof.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, no. No, no, no. No, God.
And he did Planet Terror. So yeah, that was an amazing movie. You also have the From Dusk Till Dawn series that he also collaborated with Quentin Tarantino with. He's just an amazing director. I mean, how could you dislike anything that he does? I mean, he's such a good storyteller. The way he just he puts so much love and effort into his projects. It's he's definitely one in a million directors. There's a lot of directors that wish they were as good as him. I mean, there's still good directors out there like Zack Snyder that wish they were like. That's one of the things that Zack Snyder movies seem to lack these days. It's a good story.
Did you say that name wrong? Find him! Save Martha!
And as beautiful as his movies are, they're not nearly as well put together as Quentin's movies and as Robert Rodriguez's movies. So anyway, so the movie was directed by Robert Rodriguez. It was produced since 2000. Mind you, this is 19 years ago. Produced by James Cameron. So just think about that. This movie's been in pre-production for 19 years. That's almost 20 years, man. Come on.
Some other time, pal.
There won't be any other time. The world is gonna end at midnight tonight. Y2K.
Y2K?
Haven't you heard? At midnight, every computer in the world is gonna fail. Planes will fall out of the sky, and all the world's nuclear weapons will explode, annihilating the entire planet.
No! Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
It's freaking crazy. So it just shows you how much love has gone into this project. You can tell it definitely translates into the characters such as Alita. Just the way that they a lot of people don't know what a manga is. I honestly, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I just learned what a manga was, which is a Japanese comic book / graphic novel style of art with the big eyes and all that good stuff. So it's just Japanese style. So it's called a manga. So this film supposedly, according to a lot of manga lovers, stayed true. They hit the mark for as far as the manga is concerned. The Alita was actually a graphic novel made by Yukito Kishiro, which is an amazing artist. Anyway, so the movie starts out with Christoph Waltz finding Alita. So he starts out and he finds a deactivated cyborg, which is Alita. You know, she doesn't have her hair yet. She's basically just a head and like half of her upper torso. And basically her heart and her brain is intact, and I believe her brain is the only thing that's human. The movie starts out with Christoph Waltz's character, who gives her a new body, which was built for his daughter, and then he calls her Alita because she basically wakes up She doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know anything. The only thing she knows is language, it seems. But she can't remember her name, where she came from, her story. She can't remember anybody from her past. So we had a couple characters in here that were pretty good. I love Jackie Earle Haley's character. His name is Gruishka. He's a massive brute of a character. He's a cyborg. He's one of the main antagonists as far as somebody that consistently is battling Alita. Then we had Jennifer Connelly's character, whose name is Sheeran, and she's actually Christoph Waltz's ex-wife, I believe, or at least she was a love interest in the past. So it's not really confirmed that they were married, I don't think, but maybe they were. But then we have Mahershala Ali's character. His name is Vector. He was an amazing actor. He's definitely one of the best character actors coming up right now in Hollywood. So I'm excited to see more of Mahershala Ali. I believe he's in True Detective, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, so fast forward to Hugo, the love interest of Alita. To me, the relationship seemed a little forced. It didn't really seem completely natural. It happens really, really fast. But such as Hollywood. They got a lot of story to fit. To cram in 2 hours worth of movie. So I can understand why it felt a little unnatural. The two of them loving one another, but it happens. Rosa Salazar did an amazing job as Alita. Christoph Waltz, hats off to him as always. He's an amazing actor. Like I said, he's a 2-time Academy Award winner, and both of them being Quentin Tarantino movies. He won an Academy Award in Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained, and he's just a phenomenal actor. Him and Alita bring the heart to the movie. Their relationship is the most sincere relationship in the movie. It was actually more believable than the Hugo-Alita connection. I loved everything about them together. Every time they were together on screen, it was so just heartwarming, and it was just like because he's her surrogate father, and he basically replaces her body with his what was going to be his daughter's, and he actually names her after his daughter, Alita. So that's actually how her name, comes to be. So it was a very sincere relationship. I loved everything about it. There's a moment in the film whenever Alita finds out about Christoph Waltz's character, Dr. Inu, that he's a hunter warrior. She basically interferes as he's tracking down this cyborg woman through the back alleys, almost like a Jack the Ripper. So it turns out that was a big setup, and whenever Alita intervenes, she intervenes and she basically prevents Christoph Waltz's character, who has this massive warhammer all of a sudden that he carries around in this big old suitcase, and he basically they lose the target, but it turns out that it was a trap, and 2 other cyborgs show up, which one of them is Jackie Earle Haley's character, and another one is this other guy, I don't know who he is, and then the girl. And it turns out that Alita, she doesn't have a fight or flight, she just has a fight in her. So she basically gets triggered in this combat, and she begins showing off her natural combat instincts. So that was pretty interesting. She ends up she kills 2 of them and basically beats the crap out of Jackie Earle Haley's character. And he ends up becoming like a pretty big antagonist in the future. He ends up coming back later, but so it's revealed about at that moment it's revealed about the Hunter Warrior. She starts learning about that, and I believe that was the first time that one of her memory triggers happened, and so she starts slowly remembering who she became, or who she was before she was found in the dump site. Anyway, so the movie is set up in a place that is beneath this place. I never really caught the world below, but the world above is called Xylem, and basically it's like I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Elysium, but there's like this like on the ground level it's just like this wasteland of almost like a Mad Max.
What a lovely day!
/ Blade Runner feel. It's like a futuristic just Badland. It's mixed with all kinds of cultures. Every culture from all over the world is there, so it makes for some beautiful cinematography, some beautiful colors, beautiful cultural references. Yeah, it's just a beautiful, ugly world, you know. But if you look up, there's a humongous city, like I said, called Xylem. And this is basically where all, like, you know, nobody really knows what's going on up there. They just know that everybody wants to go up there, you know, just like Elysium. Nobody knows it's up there, but they know that it's a lot better than down here. And Mahershala Ali's character promised Hugo that if he got him 1 million credits, he would allow him passage up to Xylem, which it's later revealed that that the only way to enter Xylem is becoming a champion of motorball, which is a major sport at this time. You know, there's no football. I don't think there's no anything like, there's no regular sports anymore. There's only motorball. And it's like this incredibly dangerous, like, robot wars, but like on like a racetrack, you know, and it basically is like it's like Quidditch and racing and you know, it's like Quidditch meets racing meets robot wars. So, you know, all the cyborgs that, you know, all the dangerous cyborgs with the blades for hands or whatever they have, you know, they basically enter the competition, and you know, some of them, I mean, I imagine some of them fight to the death. But so yeah, the only way to enter Xylem is basically becoming a motorball champion if you aren't born in Xylem. You can come down, but you can't go up. Xylem is ruled by this character named Nova, who's kind of like the emperor when it comes to Xylem. You know, he doesn't really interact with a lot of the, like, he does interact with Mahershala Ali's character. He does interfere with Jackie Earle Haley's character, Gruishka. At the end of the movie, it was actually revealed that Nova is played by one Edward Norton. That was one of the biggest surprises of the movie. I was incredibly excited to you know, see Edward Norton, because if they make a sequel, it's clear that Alita is actually on her way up to Xylem to confront Nova, which is exactly what Nova, I believe, wanted. You know, because basically, you know, there's this huge thing at the very end that happens where Ed Skrein's character, who's a bounty hunter, for some reason or another, he actually hates Alita because she beat him in a bar brawl. And so he like hates her for some reason. Great up and coming actor. I'm loving everything he touches. And he's a good looking dude. So there is that for all you ladies out there and gentlemen and whoever else is attracted to the umbrella. Fast forwarding to Ajax's confrontation with Hugo and Alita. She basically has at this point registered as a hunter warrior, and Ajax stabs Hugo in the gut and tells her to finish the job. And then Jennifer Connelly shows up somehow, and instead of retrieving her heart like she was originally supposed to, she actually realizes that those two love one another. So yeah, she basically helps them get out of the situation by chopping Hugo's head off. Yep, there's that. So they chop Hugo's head off, but with a little twist on the matter, they I just started imagining, you know, them, you know, Hugo's like, you know, he's not dead yet. He's like slowly dying, but they had to saw his head off to do this. But they basically connect his head to Alita's heart. And which kind of reflects like how brutal. I did not realize this movie was going to be like Hugo's best friend gets chopped in half by Ajax or by Ed Skrein's character. And I think all of us were just like shocked whenever he, you know, because nobody was expecting the gore, you know, especially at that moment. Like there's one moment where, you know, where Alita drops the F-bomb and we're like, what? And then, so anyway, so there's that. And then, but yeah, so you got the chopping Hugo's best friend in half, and then you got his head getting chopped off. It doesn't show it, but his head is disconnected from his body, connected to Alita's heart, prolong his life enough to get his head to Dr. Edu, which in turn replaces his body with a cyborg body. And earlier in the film, Hugo's character said if he was as strong as Alita, he would travel up to Xylem on this big pipeline that leads up to, I don't know if it's like the waste, but it basically, travels up to Xylem. But there's like this massive defense mechanism that's on this thing, so nobody can really get up there. People have tried before, and it killed tons of the cyborgs. And berserkers is what Alita is called. Hugo tries running up there, and then basically Alita's running after him, and then he's trying to get to Xylem, and then he gets chopped in a million pieces. But then they're hanging there, like it's almost like she basically has like her little sword, and she's basically got it jammed up in there, and she's holding on to him, and he's breaking, and he's falling, and he ends up dying. So Hugo dies, and that basically fuels Alita's rage to want to get up to Xylem finally, because she had no interest up until that moment to go to Xylem. That's all the motivation she needed, was the kill and the murder of Hugo. So the movie ends with Alita wanting to get up to Xylem, and basically she becomes it kind of fast forwards to the very end, and she becomes the motorball champion. So she's clearly going up to Xylem to confront Nova, Edward Norton's character, and so it should make for a good sequel if there ever is one. I guess they're really waiting to see how well it's received. I don't really take into account the critic score because they've been sucking lately, so I just basically look at the Rotten Tomatoes, or I don't even look at those anymore. I just kind of like to make my own assessment of these movies. I really love the movie. Alright, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 4 out of 5 Flintlocks. So, hope you guys enjoyed this review. But yeah, anyway, so it was a good movie though. Like I said, 4 out of 5 Flintlocks. I would recommend this to anybody, but make sure, just like whenever you go and went to see Avatar, you're gonna miss out on the experience if you don't see it in the big screen. I feel like it's one of those movies that it'll be good at in your home entertainment, but the experience alone in the theater is going to be amazing for you. I don't know if you guys ever watched Ready Player One, but it had a very Ready Player One vibe. I would also give Ready Player One a 4 out of 5 Flintlocks. But I definitely recommend going to see this in theater at least once. It was a beautiful movie. Go and see it in 3D if you can. Just because to kind of, well, you don't really have to go see it in 3D. There's a lot of people comparing it. I don't know if it's just me, but a lot of people are comparing it to the Avatar's 3D, but I didn't see that at all. I was a huge believer in the Avatar 3D. It was the subtle 3D that I loved, about it. It was like the particles floating in front of the screen. Yeah, the 3D wasn't like in your face in Avatar. It was very subtle. And to me, this one right here, there wasn't a lot of in your face 3D. I mean, there were subtle things here and there that was, there wasn't any wow moments as far as like, holy crap. But yeah, it was still good. So Robert Rodriguez did an amazing job collaborating with James Cameron after 19 years. But yeah, I'd recommend this to anybody. Children, everybody. This is just a good family movie. It's a good, heartwarming movie. Like I said, it's everybody's going to enjoy it. But anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Yes, if you guys can go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like, the dislike, and if you hit the dislike button, let me know in the comments what you guys disliked about this video, and yeah, we'll figure out how we can make you happier. If you guys can hit that notification bell, it would just make my life a hell of a lot easier. It'll definitely help me to push out more content for the future, more movie reviews, more movie reactions, television show reactions, whatever I do. It'll help this, it'll help this channel to continue to grow. Yeah, like I said, I look forward to doing more of these, knocking out more of these content for you guys. I'm going to be watching How to Train Your Dragon 3. I think it's called Forbidden Kingdom. I'll be watching that here pretty soon. So, watch out for my, How to Train Your Dragon 3, review. I'm really excited about that one. Just know that I love you guys, and I'm so grateful for every one of you that that tunes in every week and that listens to me blabber on about miscellaneous movies and trailers and television shows. All right, guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. And like I said, enjoy your Valentine's Day as I edit all day. That's gonna be my Valentine's Day date. Is gonna be me sitting in my editing room and editing this clip right here. So anyways, you guys have a great day. Happy Valentine's Day. Peace!